Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Gladys A. Young D, a lawyer by profession and a coach by passion. So, yes, let's talk. There's this topic that's been coming up repeatedly, in my conversations with friends, professional colleagues, you know, professionals in other fields as well for the past few weeks now. And it's been a very disturbing one because it's a subject that is very key, that is very core to our existence. Why do we think marriages are failing these days? I think it was last week, I was in a very long call, a conversation with a brother and a friend, colleague. He's a single brother that is still trusting God to settle down, and we got talking. So I was telling him how disturbed I feel about marriages, and he has some concerns too, you know, being that he's actually looking towards settling in that aspect, settling down maritally. He has this concern, and we just started having these conversations around marriages and what is actually happening around homes, around marriages these days. One thing I've discovered is within my space alone, I mean, couples that I know, just this year alone, I can count up to 8 or 10 marriages, you know, that are going through heated crisis. Some of them are already in court, a lot of things. And the question is, what exactly is happening? Do you know one thing I discovered? You know the saying that too many hens spoil the soup? It's actually applicable to marriage. Too many advices, you talk to too many people. We are a generation that have not actually discovered the importance of having marital mentors. That's people you submit to. And best advice I will give is these people should not even be your family. From the both sides, it shouldn't be your family. It should be somebody that the both of you, the man and the woman, right from the time of your courtship, you just come to that space and say, oh, yes, let's submit to Mr. A and B. You know, these are persons that you should be sure have a testimony of a godly marriage that has actually stand, the test of time. You both submit your marriage to that person, and what that automatically means is accountability. That means they can call you to order. That means if they see something's going wrong in your life, in your marriage, they can call you and say, oh, as a mentee, as our children, we've noticed ABC. Personally, for us, that's something that has worked for us over this past few years, that we've been married right from our courtship days. I think approximately myself and my husband has been together for say 10 years. Yeah, yeah. I've known him for 12, 13 years. And then I think we courted for 3 going to 4 years, then got married. This is 5 going 6 years in marriage. So approximately. And right from the day one of our courtship, we've had these very active figures in our life, these very active mentors in our lives. And this has helped us a great deal. We don't just wake up and begin to talk to random people. We talk to our church pastor, we talk to mentors that have been there right from our courtship days. And these people have actually helped us in moments where we are not able to resolve our issues ourselves. But the thing these days is a lot of young couples just talk to any and everybody about their marital crisis. They talk to colleagues in their workplace, they talk to friends, that take side without actually having the full understanding of. You don't just hear story from one side and then you begin to make advice and take a stand, without getting a full perspective. And in doing this, before you know it, the story moves from one mouth to another. It becomes a viral news, and then this party is hurting, the other party is hurting. An issue that ordinarily maybe just something minor that these partners can just sit with somebody they both respect and iron it out. If they're not able to do it objectively by themselves, sit with somebody you both respect and iron it out, it becomes a full-blown issue. Before you know it, the marriage has crumbled, a lot of things has gone wrong. So I just want to drop this afternoon. Sit down with your partner. If you're in a courtship, if you're already married, and right now you don't have people you're submitting to, right now you don't have people that you honor, that your spouses honor. You don't even have to, it doesn't have to be the same person. Your husband can have someone he honors, and the wife has someone she honors, that when there are moments she can listen to you at that point in time. and these are critical issues, you just take it to that person and say, oh, this is what is happening, and this is somebody your wife respects, this is somebody your husband respects, this is somebody they submit to. You can always go to them to talk to them about these challenges. And then that is if you don't have a unilateral person you both submit to in the area of your marriage, and you have individual persons you honor that you can talk to. These are key things. There must be that person in your life that can call you to order and say, sit down here, what is wrong with you? If you are in a relationship and that man doesn't have anybody that he honors, that can call him and say, sit down, and really have a deep conversations with him and call his bullshit out, then you don't have any business even being in that relationship in the first place. You don't have any business even letting it lead to marriage. So these are conversations. Courtship period is not all about sitting down and experimenting on sex and all the irresponsible things that seem to be what happens in this our generation. These are honest conversations we should have. There are so many things to talk about. Honestly, I think I will want to start touching on some of these issues in the next couple of months. I want to dive into these dimensions and let's talk. It hurt me so deeply to just see the way marriages are folding up, and some of these young marriages, the children, when children are already in the picture, it hurt me so deeply. I go to court, I see a lot of things, and sometimes I ask myself, I say, these are very minor issues that these people can resolve. But then things has gotten out of control because they didn't actually apply the right, dispute settling mechanism. They didn't actually talk to the right persons that they should talk to. They were both hurting, and then they spoke to the wrong persons that, further pull down the structure that is holding their marriage and their bond together. So it's a very big issue. I actually trust God to help you. And like I said before, this is a reminder: sit with your partner. If you don't have persons that you both honor at this point in your life that are helping to actually guide your path in these areas of your life, have that conversations now and come to a decision on who you both should submit to. And if you're in courtship, this is a beautiful time for you to have this conversation and start submitting even before you get married. The Lord will help us. The Lord will uphold our marriages. Please subscribe and follow my channel. Thank you, and God bless you.